All right. So I know if you guys remember about a year ago when I made a video called Black on Black, which involved Will Smith, slapping the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. At that time, everybody thought it was like an acting situation or something like that at the Oscars.
Hello, everyone. You'll be wondering why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm yet to be slapped, okay? But sometimes you wonder, is this still going viral? Is somebody doing something that's catching up on everybody all over the world? I'm talking about the famous Bianca slap that generated from our own country, Nigeria. Oh yeah. And before you know it, everybody's slapping everybody, okay? Now, the latest one, I'm sure, in case you missed it, was in the Oscar Awards.
A huge event that we all wanted to be part of. And it was called Black on Black. And sometimes you wonder how we blacks behave in public. Okay, but hey, 1 year after all speculations and the expectations, Chris Rock finally responded. Today we'll be looking at 4 things that I think is a fallout of that response that Chris made. And I think it's something that we should think about, maybe practice in our lives. All right? So today we'll be talking about the fallout of what Chris Rock said as a response to the famous Oscar slap.
What are we doing, Seth?
Y'all know what happened to me, getting smacked by Suge Smith. It happened. I got smacked like a year ago. Fucking last week, I got smacked in the fucking Oscars by this motherfucker. And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts.
All right, welcome back. The first thing that I think, after watching that video, that I learned and I thought I should share with you is keep your cool under pressure. In our lives today, there's so much pressure from the home, job, business, country, economy, whatever. Pressure everywhere. Keep your cool. Because when you do keep your cool, you find out for the most part, you figure things out a bit better. All right? Don't follow the crowd. Don't get confused. Because when there is smoke, yes, there is fire. But you don't want to fall into the fire. What are we doing, sir? We want to make sure that we keep our cool, even while under pressure, so that we can make the right decisions. And I think that was what Chris Rock exhibited when that incident happened. Number 2, maximize your comeback. What do I mean by that? Think before you talk. A lot of us, we react so quickly, all right, when it comes to situations happening in our lives. There will always be drama because the world itself is a theater that involves all kinds of drama. But you want to be the lead, okay? So in this case, make sure you maximize your comeback, all right? Think before you talk, not talk before you think. Most times, when you react, you just say what you didn't have to say, and you even make things worse. You're supposed not to be the victim, you turn out a victim. So make sure that you think before you say anything from your mouth. And don't use emotions to make decisions. Remember, we talk about emotions. It's 1 or 2 of my videos. You will see that emotion plays a major role in decision making. Sometimes when you add sentiments, tribalisms, racism, and what have you, it's always sentimental. You involve so much emotions in your decisions. Emotions and decisions, for the most part, don't really work well. So let's try and make sure that when incidents like this happens, especially when you didn't expect, cool down, hold your temper, think twice, and when you're making any decision, don't use emotions. Make decisions based off what you have thought through about, think through it, analyze it, before you make up your mind. There and there, you might don't want to do it 2 times, 3 times, because when you use emotions, you might make mistakes, want to redo it and redo it all over again. You don't want to do that. And that was what I think Chris exhibited in his comeback after a year that he got the slap. And guess what? He said that it still hurts. Coming from a friend sometimes, those that know you more hurt you the more. You could really hurt for a very, very long time. And he exhibited that. He even said it. But he also did what? He thought through it before he said anything. We should apply that to our values of life. All right? Make the best of the situation. Yes. Now, when you think through it, you don't use emotions. You took your time. You were cool even while on pressure. make the best of it. Chris Rock made $40 million after putting all that in place. Wouldn't you want to make that kind of impact? All right? Don't fall under pressure. Don't let people influence your decisions. He took his time, weathered the storm, weathered the slap. In one of his jokes, he still hears summertime ringing in his ear. How funny. But again, that summertime lasted all the seasons because he went through all days of pain and hurt, disappointment, anger, but he took his time, and here he got home a handsome check. All right? Let's imbibe that in what we do every day in our lives because we actually need it. As time goes on, you will see that when you put all those things in order in your life, you make better decisions and you might even make a fortune from it. So the last one, the number 4, it says, remember how you were raised. There was something he said at the end of that session on Netflix when he now said everybody was asking him why he did not respond to the slap on stage. He said because his mom told him not to fight in front of people. I don't want to mention the kind of people. When you watch it, you will understand. So always remember those values your parents put in your head while you were growing up. Don't forget where you come from. Because when you do, I'm sure your parents will not like to see you exhibit such irresponsibility even when you're in public. Regardless whether you are a superstar or you are whoever you think you are, all right? Don't allow all those things to make you think otherwise of yourself. Maybe you're a Superman, or you can do whatever, or you can be above the law and you just misbehave. You could put yourself in a serious mess. So that was what he said, and I thought that was very vital. All right? So moving forward, let's see how we can always remember where we come from. It's very, very key. Sometimes we get carried away about life. We get carried away about everything, our successes, maybe failures on the way, ups and downs. We forget where we come from, especially when we make it and we, misbehave, mistalk, misact, misthink. What are we doing, Sam? Okay, so let's come back and imbibe all this. Remember, all these things you do, people are watching. Your siblings, the people you are inspiring, the legacy you want to leave behind. You want to make sure that you give a good example, not just an example. I always say, it's always a good example, not just an example. All right? All right, so remember where you come from. Don't judge quickly. Don't be too quickly to judge situations. Chris Rock, when he was slapped, he did not look at him and said, oh, I'm a black man, that's and he started, thinking all that in his head, and he reacted negatively or quickly. He was very calm, even in the storm. How many of us can do that? I'm not saying when somebody slaps you, you turn on the cheek. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying when you are in the midst of a storm, it could be from somebody saying something that is negative about you. It could be maybe something somebody said that is not true, or something that didn't really happen and somebody just falsely accused you. Don't just react to it. All right? Relax, think through it about whatever situation it is, and decide. When your head is clear, your head above water, you will think better, you analyze better, and you make better decisions. I tell you, if Chris didn't do that, we won't be sitting here saying this thing. The video that I did first, it was called Black on Black. All right? Why did I call it Black on Black? Because Black on Black, they should do better. They should know better. All right? Especially when you're given opportunities, you need to represent where you come from, your culture. Everything is on the table. All right? Don't get carried away by situations and just misbehave. You might, because those opportunities, it might affect the next generation. All right? Whatever you do today will affect whoever will take over from where you stop tomorrow. Think about it. All right? So as we move forward, let's see how we can make these things as part of our lives as parents. What you tell your children as a growing up child, boy or girl, what they see. All right? You want to set those things as a good example to them while you are succeeding yourself. All right? And those values, I thought Chris Rock, embodied all those values. He gave an instance the way he raised his daughter. You need to watch it because there's so much values he put there. All right? Because those are the things that some families actually lack today. All right? Some leaders lack today. That's why there's so much confusion and unnecessary pressure and uncertainty in the minds of the youth, especially.
And a lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? How come you didn't do nothing back that night? Because I got parents. That's why. Because I was raised. Okay? And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
Okay, I just had to drop this there and thought I should just share it with you. If you love the video, hey, don't forget to subscribe, drop your comments, and share, please. It's always good to share, all right? And always remember, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. We'll talk again soon, folks. Bye-bye.
What are we doing, Seth?